Hey friends, it's Liz back with some more GLP1 diaries. Things are going really well this week. I'm down another 2 pounds or so. So total lost is almost 32 pounds in, 13 weeks. Yeah. My body's so sore. I went to curves Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, and I guess yesterday's workout is really hitting me today. My hips were a little sore on Thursday, so it was all right that I took a day off. I had to because I had a meeting with the dietitian, registered dietitian located in Tokyo. South Korea and Japan are in the same time zone, so that made it very easy. I did have to just pay out of pocket for that, but I definitely think it was worth it. We spent about an hour and 10 minutes going over my history with my weight and the details of my food diary that I kept for her, about 5 days worth of information, like a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Maybe it's only 4 days. Yeah. But yeah, enough so she could see kind of where my eating is on the weekends compared to the weekdays. And yeah, it was really helpful. It was like I felt very validated in the fact that I have been hitting my protein goals as well as fiber, like no issues with protein and fiber at all. Um, I do incorporate carbohydrates more on the weekend than during the week. I'm not avoiding them necessarily, but I'm not making them a main part of my meals, especially on weekdays. But yeah, I definitely think that I was a little low on my weekday calories, but with the weekends and being a lot more loose and just doing whatever, it kind of averaged out to about the right amount of calorie deficit. So yeah, I got clarification on that, which I guess I should be around like 1,400, 1,500 calories a day to maintain like a healthy weight loss. So that's very doable. I do need to add more unsaturated fats to my diet. So she had suggested avocados. Those are kind of expensive here. I haven't actually looked up how much they are. I probably have to get them online because our local grocery store definitely doesn't have it. But when I said that, she was like, well, then seeds and nuts, throw some sesame seeds in with your veggies and lentils during the week. Almonds, cashews, walnuts. Not really a fan of raw walnuts. They don't really do it for me, but I do like cashews and almonds and pistachios. So I bought a couple bags of almonds because they were like buy one, get one 50% off type of deal. So I did that yesterday. And Olive Young was having a sale. Olive Young is like a beauty convenience store, I want to say. I mean, they've got all the brands, and they actually have a really good food section, and that's where I go to discover my protein shakes. I like the fly meal ones, FLIMEAL. In Korean, it's like pudai meal. But I told her about those, and she looked them up on Amazon, and she found a corn flavor one available on Amazon Japan, and I was like, yeah, the corn flavor is a little weird to me, but she was like, oh yeah, these look great. The nutritional value, like calories to level of protein, is fine. I like the chocolate flavor myself, which is 20 grams of protein per serving, 150 calories, which pretty reasonable. I know there are shakes that have a lot more in them. There's one that I've gotten at the convenience store a couple of times. It's like double protein, I think 35 grams, but it's not as delicious. It's just not. It's got kind of a weird aftertaste. So in a pinch, I'll take that, but I do prefer the fly meal ones, and I've bought like the canisters of the powder, and I mix it myself. And they also have these like pouches, and there's like a little clear window, and you fill up the water to the line in the clear window, and then you shake it up. And so those are really convenient, especially at school when I don't have a lot of time to eat anything. So yeah, she mentioned that like fats are really important in your diet because there are a lot of fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K, which actually that was a topic of discussion on one of GLP1 Hub's recent conversations that they just put out. So I was like, oh wow, this is all of this information is kind of coming in at the same time. I think it was an interview with somebody who works at AG1, the place that makes those green shakes or something like that. Very interesting conversation, and that helped to reinforce what I learned from the registered dietitian that I had my consultation with on Thursday. And she really said, like, normally I want to see people 30 days later when they're on the GLP-1, because usually I'm concerned that they're not eating enough, but that's definitely not the case for you. You really have thoughtfully created your weekly meals, and if you just incorporate a little bit more of the unsaturated fats through seed oils, plant oils, things like that, the nuts and seeds, it'll increase your weekday calories so you don't have to compensate as much on the weekend. So I felt that that was very reasonable, and I'm glad that I've done as much research as I have to make sure that I'm not malnourished. Again, I haven't experienced any hair loss. We're 3 months in, and that would be about the time when the hair loss might hit. So far with my workouts, like going on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is just a couple days after my shot day, my appetite was fine, didn't seem to be increased at all. I would say Thursday, Friday, like normal, my appetite was a little bigger, but the meals that I prepared were enough. I felt satisfied, and I'm home. It's quite late, but I just eat some frozen blueberries for some dessert, and they're really delicious. I don't know, frozen blueberries are great, and apparently that's also helping to increase my fiber intake. So really no issues as far as my dietary choices go, except to increase the fats. She mentioned, especially with my family history of thyroid issues, those hormones rely heavily on healthy fats to stay regulated. So that's why I went ahead and I got the nuts right away. I do put sesame oil in when I cook my lentils, and I use canola oil when I cook my omelets, but I hadn't really been incorporating any other fats too much. On the weekend, having some pork ribs, and on Monday it was a holiday here, so we had an event in Seoul at a cafe, and their menu was like a lot of fried stuff. So, but that's probably saturated oil. I don't know what they cooked it in, but I think it's all gonna balance out. And she also mentioned that if I can increase those unsaturated fats into my diet, just a serving here or there, for snacks or whatever, or mixed in with like seeds into my meals, that should also help with the constipation. So we can have some smooth moves up in here. I have been trying these jellies. Let me see if I can put hands on them right now. Inositol jelly? I don't know. It's definitely like a digestive aid, and I don't know if it's these, but I've been having very nice, complete bowel movements towards the end of the week, and I don't know if it's from having one of these in the morning after breakfast, but they're tasty, peach flavor. I should really try and get some more before the Olive Young sale ends. But yeah, those are yummy and hopefully helping. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm really, really glad that I'm on track with the diet that I created from amalgamating information from here and there on YouTube. So yeah, feeling very successful. And we have some exciting new addition to our house this evening. We have another rescue cat that we're going to be looking after. Hopefully will fit well with our existing cats. We're just going to have 3 adorable tabbies in our home. I love them so much. I'm obsessed. Oh my god. Yeah, I know, Bexia. I know. He just came downstairs. But I think I'm actually going to head upstairs and get into bed because I am exhausted. I went out for a facial today. It was great. I love the esthetician that I see. She does such a nice job, and like the facial massage. Heaven. And then I got in the rest of a walk. It was cold and I didn't pack my headband, so my ears were a little cold, so I cut it short. But I still got like almost 9,000 steps in between walking to my appointment and then the extended walk that I took to get home. And I visited with the cats. And the cheese gang was doing great. Love those guys so much. Anyway, I think I'll leave it here for now. There's more on my mind, more that I'm thinking about as far as my experience goes, but I'm going to have to save that for another day. Thanks so much for watching if you did, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.